think it's important to get as much information as you can when it comes to questioning theists. And what is their source material? Yeah, the Bible. I've never read the Bible all the way through. Parts of it, yes, but I think it would be a good idea to read and react to the King James Bible verses and see if I can be persuaded of a God. Here's a new series of reading and reacting to the Bible. Hello, I'm the Skeptic. I watch videos on YouTube that make extraordinary claims, whether that's flat earth or strange conspiracies, but mostly the claim that a God is real, and then explain why I can't accept their position. Before we get into today's video, please do subscribe, hit that bell notification to be alerted for my next video, and drop a like. That would be incredible. In this Bible Bash video, I'm doing something a little different to what I'd usually do with reacting to theist claims, and actually going back to the start. The very start, where theists claim it all began, verse by verse, the Old Testament, Genesis chapter 1. I find science fascinating, and whilst I'm not clever enough to understand the formulas to work out the explanations for most things, I accept that people who have trained for years and are constantly trying to prove themselves wrong have the best current explanation and model for how it all came to be. So here goes, the King James Bible, Old Testament, Genesis chapter 1. 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Okay, starting off with a bold claim that can't be demonstrated. As theists say, something can't come from nothing, so what did it make it out of? If it was nothing, then there would be no place for a God to be to create something. One sentence in and I'm already giving up, so thanks for watching. I'm just kidding. 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. So if it was without form, it wasn't actually made and he'd wasted a day. 3. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. As stories go, it's not very gripping, is it? Maybe 2,000 years ago, this was like an action movie. 4. And God saw the light, and it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. No wonder the earth was without form if he was making it in the dark. Maybe God should have made light first, and then he wouldn't have wasted a day making a formless earth. 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. It's funny how he called day and night, when it's probably what they were called anyway. Before the story was written, it would have been better if he called the day Sandra and the night Steve. A bit more unexpected. 6. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." So hang on, waters from the waters, like in an aquarium. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. I had no idea what this was talking about, but it turns out people translated this into a dome that covers the earth, which we know isn't there, thanks to unbelievable advances in space exploration. We have a bloody robot on Mars, for crying out loud. 8. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. The dome's called heaven. Not everything above the firmament, so astronauts have been to where the Bible claims heaven is, and there's nothing but space. I guess we can shut this case right now. 9. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. He didn't do very well at letting the water appear in one place, not with how many oceans and seas we have. God fail. 10. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. He called the dry land earth, even though he called the initial creation earth. He's not very creative now, is he? 11. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass and herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. 12. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. So this is day 3, and we know that the planet was pretty much empty life for a good few hundreds of millions of years. 13. And the evening and the morning were the third day. Oh, there we go. Day 3 confirmed. I'm still not gripped. 14. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years." 15. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. 16. And God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. Whoa, whoa, whoa! He's only just now making 2 great lights, which I can only assume mean the sun and moon. Firstly, the sun is what gives us light. Proven. So where on earth did the light come from before? Does that mean that the Bible thinks if there's no sun, there's still light? And secondly, the moon isn't a light, it's just a giant light reflector. This book is absolutely full of shit. 17. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. Realising, whoops, I already told them I made light, and this ball also gives light. I'll just set this here and hope no one notices. Good one, Godfrey, good one. 18. And to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. Smug at his own work, which actually isn't that impressive because it's completely backward. 19. And the evening and the morning were the 4th day. He spent day 4 screwing in light bulbs. That's not really that productive. 20. And God said, "Let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven." Birds come from waters. Right. 21. And God created whales, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Godfrey loving his own work again there, still not even remotely convinced by any of this. 22. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth." And telling great whales to go and multiply explains why the sea is so salty. I kid. 23. And the evening and the morning were the 5th day. 24. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing and beast of the earth after his kind." And it was so. 25. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw it was good. These could easily have been lumped together in one verse. I guess Godfrey had a text quota he was trying to reach. 26. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." Wait, our image? Who on earth was he talking to? I'm now picturing Gollum talking to Smeagol. 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. Wait, so who are these people? I always thought Adam and Eve were supposed to be the first people. This book is all over the place. 28. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth." Yeah, but don't overfish or cut down trees. I'm just warning you, climate change. 29. And God said, "Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat." Is he talking about apple sauce? Is the Bible teasing us about a pork roast with applesauce? 30. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. This is turning into a recipe book now. Imagine if that was where the Bible was supposed to end up, as a recipe book. 31. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the 6th day. It's no Die Hard. And there's nothing demonstrable in any of that. Some of it was nonsensical, some of it was just plain wrong, and nothing there has convinced me that there's a God or that this is how the earth, plants and creatures came to be. But at least I can skeptic Genesis chapter 1 off as being read. Have you ever read the Bible, or was this the first time you've heard that in its entirety? Let me know in the section below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. From me, the Skeptic, stay safe, keep thinking logically and ask questions. Skepticism is the first step towards truth. I'll see you next Saturday.